Good morning, it's Melissa, Mother Lover for Life, 100% coming to you, doing the Sacred Path cards again today. Today I've selected the Cornstalk spread. The Cornstalk spread is a 4-card spread, and it will see if I'm catching sacred corn pollen and growing corn. If my life philosophy is catching corn pollen and growing corn. So that's my goal today. I hope all of you are focusing on something positive this morning and getting your day started out in a positive direction. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to go take a walk in nature and upload this video and have a beautiful day. So corn has been the staple of our people for hundreds of years. We believe that corn pollen is sacred and that we are fed by the fertile earth whose gift is our corn. A wise man once said that if a philosophy did not grow corn, it had no value. Corn is the symbol of goodness, abundance, and fertility to our people, and these are the things that feed us daily. We may feed the body, the mind, the heart, and the spirit if we seek beauty in our daily lives. For it is the beauty of living in balance that grows corn. The cornstalk spread is a way to receive the life manna that comes from sacred corn pollen. It's a gentle daily reminder of the beauty that can be experienced if you're open to it. And I am open to the beauty to be experienced in life today. I'm grateful to be able to experience beauty today in my life, because there's been times in my life where there was absolutely nothing I could find beautiful about my life due to addiction, depression, homelessness, and, shame, blame, and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these cards and see what Great Mystery and Great Spirit have to share with us for a daily teaching and lesson. And I thank you for tuning into my channel. I hope that you can find this helpful in some way today to put it into work in your own life, or you can buy these cards online. They're Sacred Path cards by Jamie Sams, Harper One. 260 some Native American tribes collaborated to do this book and the teachings and cards for this book, and it's been a very helpful tool for me to help stay sane during this COVID and during the difficult times that I've been going through in my family and in the community. I'm still currently looking for some sort of work or, opportunity to make some money. But right now I'm just taking care of myself and kind of taking a rest and doing retreat and going within, healing my sacred heart and loving myself more, nurturing myself more, trying to eat a healthy diet. I've been trying to meditate. I'm not doing very well on I am taking walks, but I'm not exercising as much as I would like to, but my internet will be hooked up next week, so hopefully I'll be able to jam out to the music that I like to jam out to, and that usually helps me get motivated to exercise and bounce on my exercise ball, and that works for me. And I like listening to the meditations on YouTube. I was healing my own brain with solfeggio frequencies. There's 9 different frequencies that you can use. You just use what you can that sounds good to you, that feels therapeutic. That's how I've been healing myself. So that does work for me. There's different tones. I've used the 7 different chakra seed sounds work for me to help clear any stagnant energy in your chakra systems, in your energy centers. There's 7 of them that run along the spine, the base of your spine all the way up to your crown chakra. You can look it up online to find out more about it, but that is what's helping for me. I use water therapy, hot cold therapy, breathing techniques, and no pills today. So that's a miracle in my life. I've had a throat chakra healing. That's your 5th chakra, and it's from speaking my truth and eating a healthy diet, and super greens help. They're definitely worth buying and putting in your body. And plenty of water. So that's what's keeping me healthy and feeling vibrant in my life today. I've had lab tests the last 2 years on my thyroid and it's healed. I don't have to take medicine anymore. I took medicine for 20 years. So that was a miracle in my life. So, you know, you can try what I'm doing and see if it works for you. And if it does, fine. If it doesn't, then... But I've also been rigorously working a spiritual, walking a spiritual path, no matter how it looked to everyone else. My angels and ascended masters helped me heal as well. Light therapy is good. Color therapy is good. Yeah. So I don't really want to take pills anymore or put, you know, different chemicals and things in my body if I don't have to. So that's what I do to try to help myself today. And when people don't believe me, I just say, well, the lab tests prove it. So, call me crazy, call me what you want. I call me healed. There's a difference between being cured and healed, and, you know, I opened up that throat chakra, started speaking my truth, no matter how bad it sounded to others. You know, and I'm trying to keep myself in balance today and walk a sacred path and share how I'm healing myself with others so that they can do it for themselves. That's my intention by doing this YouTube video. So today is the cornstalk spread, and I'm going to draw 4 cards, and the first card is the root card, which denotes the beauty that I can experience in my life today by connecting to Earth Mother. This card can speak to me about the root of a problem. If I'm in turmoil about a life situation, right now I need to have an income coming in. So that's about the only thing that I'm in turmoil about, but I know Great Mystery is working out for me. And I'm just taking care of myself, and that's the #1 thing for me today. The root card can also allow you to see the resources available through connecting to Earth Mother. So by connecting to Earth Mother, I am able to ground myself. The frequency that nature emits is like a God type frequency. And the silence and just listening to the nature sounds is very therapeutic for your mind, body, and spirit. And that is what helps me. So that's what I do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So the first card I drew is the talking stick. $15. Oops. So I have to be able to listen to other people's viewpoints and options while having my own viewpoints and options. Take what I can get from their viewpoints and options and leave the rest out, so that I don't let it confuse me and what my direction is in my own life. It's good to have an open mind and an open heart to allow others to impart wisdom on you. But I have discernment today, so I can tell if it's wisdom or BS. So that's the joy of knowing. Talking stick remind me of each sacred point of view, complete within the circle of the sacred hoop. The talking stick is a tool used by Native Americans, used by many Native American traditions when a council is called. It allows a council member to present their sacred point of view. The talking stick is passed from one person as they speak, and only the person holding the stick is allowed to talk during that time period. The answering feather is also held by the person speaking unless the speaker addresses a question to another council member. At that time, the answering feather is passed to the person asked to answer the query. So the talking stick basically makes people listen to whoever's talking, because I know that as humans and in my family, people have a habit of talking over each other, not listening, and you don't ever get anything solved that way if nobody listens to one another and everybody's yelling at one another, and nobody can open their minds or their hearts or shut their mouths long enough in order to hear, that both of us are really trying to come to the same ending, but we just don't know how to communicate to get there. So the talking stick is the tool that teaches each of us to honor the sacred point of view of every living creature. In counsel, if we listen to the wisdom and teachings of others, we can then broaden our understanding and relate in a new manner to others. It has been said that the great wheel of life has many spokes, and each of us will stand on every spoke at one time or another. The lessons we learn on each spoke bring us closer to the wholeness of harmony. Disdain for those who have not learned these lessons will not serve in bringing harmony. The talking stick reminds us of the validity of another's point of view or viewpoints, and teaches us how to listen and apply what we hear. We are being reminded not to interrupt others who are imparting wisdom. We are taught through listening that life has millions of options and answers to any dilemma. If the talking stick has appeared in your spread, you are probably not allowing yourself any options in your present situation, or have become too stuck on one idea to see any further than your self-created tunnel. Open up and listen to the opportunities that the talking stick says are coming your way. Remember that all life signals and or options are available to those who want to hear. If you are being given an opportunity to grow through an alternative route, use the gift now. So I am being given a gift to grow through an alternative route, and this is it. I am growing through doing these teachings and allowing myself to have my own viewpoints and options while being open-minded to hear others. And it's been a bad habit of mine to interrupt people. I don't know if it's ADD or ADHD, where my mind would just completely go too fast, or when I get excited or anxious, I just blurt shit out, which would really piss people off, and I didn't do it intentionally. But it's been something that I've really had to work on. It was one of my character defects. So I'm continuing to work on that today. And it's good to remember that everybody has their own sacred point of view, and I need to honor that and honor my own while not trying to shove it down somebody else's throat or be right. I'd rather be happy than right today. That's what being on this journey has taught me. So I'm grateful for that lesson and reminder today. And the resources that I have available is the knowing that I've gained from my life situations that I've been in the past, and the difficulty that I've had communicating my truth in the past. So the second card is the stock card, which expresses the attitude needed to walk in beauty and balance. The stock card can also denote the lesson you need to learn, so you may be a bridge between the path of understanding and the crooked trail. This human bridge is the peacemaker, true witness, or healer. You may be called upon to take one of these roles at any time. The courage, the talent, and or ability needed to be a human bridge is supported by the stock card. So, painted face, self-expression. So this is how I am expressing myself and my feelings and what I'm doing in order to keep myself in check, in balance, and in harmony within myself is doing these lessons every day and sharing it with those who want to listen to the message that I'm sharing. Some people may find it helpful, some people may not. But regardless of that, it's helping me, and I don't have to paint my face and pretend to be something I'm not. I don't have to pretend that I haven't been an addict, alcoholic, depressed, homeless person in my life just to gain the approval of others and put on some sort of facade and, be fake. Being myself is good enough, and this is what I'm doing in order to do a self-expression. Painted face expresses the inside of me, not my nose or my eyes, the parts that others see. My feelings and my medicine are painted in design, colors of great mystery who created me in kind. The painted face of the warpath was intended to frighten the enemy and to add to the expression of the warrior's bravery. The painted face of feasts or ceremonies was to show the beauty of the individual spirit to all other tribes. The extended family represented by a tribe was a safe place to reveal the way in which each individual walked in beauty. There was no need to use the painted face as a mask in ceremonial situations, for no enemies were present. Masks were used in many dances or rituals when it was necessary to portray someone other than oneself. The painted face was never used to cover one's identity, but rather to express it in a more personal manner. If a tribal member had special medicine vision that marked a change in that person's life path, he or she could be known from that time forward by a new name. Every person carries a legacy of needed talents and will support the growth and expansion of a tribe. When the painted face is shown to the tribe's extended family during feasting or ceremony, those gifts are noted by the elders and can be called on in times of need. The painted face had no room for boasting, because if one claimed a talent, it has communal property in a sense and could be used to benefit the whole. To lose face was to be shamed by claiming talents one did not have. The painted face speaks of self-expression. It tells you to use your creativity in order to express your feelings and talents, or your desires. Expressing who and what you are at any given moment is healing as well as productive. As you change and grow, you may feel the need to alter the way in which others perceive you. Changing your appearance, attitudes, and activities to match the new you may be called for at this time. So that's what I'm doing. The keynote is that this card asks you to open up and allow others to see your medicine. In that way, you are offering a gift to others who may have need for your talents. Don't deny how you feel, what you think, or what you can offer the world. In truth and with grace, it is now time to allow the medicine of the self to emerge. You never lose face by you never lose face by presenting the true self, minus self-importance. So the gifts that I have at this time, the sacred path that I've been walking, the medicine walk that I've been on, and the difficulties and hardships that I've had during the walk, and the difficulties that I've seen others during the walk, has helped me open my heart even more and be able to express myself without fear. And I'm grateful for that today, because I felt like I always had to paint my face and be what everybody wanted me to be instead of just being me. And that was a really freeing feeling for me when I no longer felt like I had to do that, even in the worst of my times during my drug addiction and alcoholism. There was so much shame that was behind it, and I don't have to be ashamed of that today, and I'm grateful for that. The third card is the kernel card, which tells you what the fruits of your labor will provide for you. The lessons of this card should be fully digested so the ear of corn can give energy to the body, mind, and spirit and support your present path. Kernels of corn represent the seeds of the future to Native people. These kernels also provide food for the present, through learning present lessons, the future will be assured. So the shawl, returning home, 35. So I'm currently learning present lessons and trying to stay open, hearted and open-minded to, new possibilities in my life and growing through alternative routes while seeing the viewpoints of and options of others while trying to express myself in a healthy way and how I'm healing myself, which ultimately can be helpful to others. And I'm grateful for that. Earth Mother welcomes her children home when they have lost their way. The trail was lonely and so long, she whispers for them to stay. Within the protection of the shawl, where love abides again, their hearts may open to recall all relations as their friends. Many people across the world have heard the saying, home is where the heart is. Well, I believe the heart is where my home is. Each person who takes the shawl comes into alignment. We are being taught to acknowledge the beauty in each unique expression of creation, whether it's human, creature, being, plant, person, stone person, or our worst enemy. The shawl may be too heavy for some people to carry on their shoulders if it means that harmony must be lived daily without expectations. If the shawl has fallen across your shoulders, you are being invited to return home. If you have forgotten yourself recently, it is now time to remember your essence and your potential. If you have walked a crooked trail by falsely judging others, it is now time to come home to the loving heart and see the value in all paths and chosen lessons. You may be coming home to the magic that you once believed in, or to a new sense of well-being, but in every case, you are returning to a temporarily forgotten state. In every life, there is a need to return to the simplicity of happiness. If you have forgotten how to find the simple truths that once supported your inner joy, it is time to return home. Wearing the shawl is coming home to the arms of the Earth Mother and being loved. The responsibility of taking the shawl is being loving to others who have forgotten the sacred path or the way home. So that's what I'm doing. I'm being loving to myself and others, and knowing that everybody else is just another me in a different disguise. And sometimes I can offer what I can, and sometimes, unfortunately, they're not going to hear me, and they're going to keep doing the same things just like I did before I learned the hard way. And that's unfortunate, when we have to see our friends die of addiction, alcoholism, depression, suicide. It's difficult, and I am returning to a place of magic and love through my connection with Earth Mother, and returning home to the person that I know that I am, instead of allowing others to tell me who I am and how I need to get there. I'm finding my own way with Mother Earth and Great Mysteries' help. And I'm grateful for that, and that means that the future will be assured, because I'm learning present lessons in my life. The fourth card is the Corn Mana card, which denotes, how your corn silk is catching the sacred corn pollen and bringing abundance to your life. If you are feeling fear of scarcity, the Corn Mana card will represent the lesson that you need to learn to realign with the field of plenty. Excuse me. If your life and personal philosophy are growing corn, this card shows how to continue. And I feel like my personal philosophy is growing corn in my life and in others. And it's helping me, and it's helping me catch sacred corn pollen. And I am growing, and I am in the field of plenty where everything exists and all things are possible if I continue to keep nurturing myself. Coral. And then nurturing others after I've been able to nurture myself, be in a loving place, and then share that with others. I try to keep to myself when I'm feeling unbalanced at times. I will reach out when all other options have been exhausted, but attitudes change daily and depend on events you're experiencing. To change your attitude, you may wish to acknowledge the resources available in the root, which is the viewpoints and options, and the harvest that may be coming your way through the corn card. So the corn card is nurturing. I am receiving nurturing from my true friends, and from myself, and from Earth Mother, and from Great Mystery. Because ultimately that's who taught me how to nurture myself. Mother Nature nurtured me. Notice that the integration of these two clues to what you are creating are supported by the stock card. And that is self-expression, the stock card, supported by the stock card. The stock is the attitude that will bring the abundance into physical form. So my self-expression is what is bringing abundance into physical form. That is what I'm manifesting through nurturing myself, allowing myself to express myself on YouTube, in my truth, walking the truth, showing my viewpoints and options, letting people know how I'm getting there, expressing myself, returning home to the person that I've forgotten who I am and who I'm becoming due to getting too wrapped up in other people's drama, and watching myself slide down the spiral path to hell. And I had to come back and nurture myself. And I have to be able to express myself in a positive, loving way, because when I have a bad attitude, nobody wins. I get to show people how they shouldn't behave. But we all take our turn in acting like a jackass. Otherwise, you're fooling yourself if you think you're perfect. Red coral, please remind me of the blood of all my kin. Each of us has feelings that reflect the joy within. May I nurture my own needs, then learn to share in turn. The love that is my essence, the heart that in me burns. Coral is often used in Native American silver jewelry, along with turquoise. Coral is from the seas of the Earth Mother and is a symbol of the blood of our planet. As we have blood in our bodies, the waters of Earth Mother are considered to be her blood. Native Americans see the Earth Mother as a living being with consciousness and free will of her own. She is the true mother of all living things. Coral always tells us to listen to our feelings. If you have been ignoring how you feel around certain people or how your body feels, Coral is insisting that you reconnect to those feelings. Remember, to feel is to heal. If Coral has appeared in your cards today, you're being asked to look at the idea of nurturing. It may be time to nurture yourself or another. If you refuse to be nurtured, it may be time to drop the superhuman attitude before you get sick. Coral tells us that our bodies have needs too. Pay attention and be good to your body. Coral also speaks of the planetary family. If you feel lonely or alone, it may be time to have a reunion with the other creatures that share the earth with you. Listen to all our relations and cut the "I'm only one" refrain out of your thoughts. So, sometimes when I'm feeling lost or alone, I go talk to the squirrels and other animals, other creature beings. To change what the future holds, we must seek guidance as to the proper decision and trust that we will create beauty in our lives. Red coral is one of the tools that will reinstill that faith, knowing we are nurtured by our Earth Mother and that she will meet our needs is one method of destroying fear and affecting healing. All nurturing comes from the ability to pay attention to our needs and our feelings. If we don't know what we need, how can we nurture ourselves? If we don't know how or know what others need, how can they feel? Or how they feel, how can we give comfort? If we are out of touch with our own bodies, how can we keep them healthy and strong? Our Earth Mother supplies many teachers who can aid in the discovery of answers to these questions. Mother Earth can only supply comfort and nurturing if we are willing to listen. So I'm willing to listen. That my church is in nature, and Mother Nature nurtured me ever since I was a small child. I used to climb a pine tree and sit up in the Y, and it would just rock me back and forth. And that's how Mother Nature nurtured me. And I'm going to go out and take a walk in nature today. I hope you found this reading helpful, and you can use it and apply it to your own life. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Please like, subscribe, and share. Peace. Thumbs up. Mother Lover out.